DLC 17 on Xenoverse 2, my boys. It has already been confirmed at this point in time with the roadmap update that we got a few days before the newest free update on this game actually did come out. Now, this roadmap update gives us an insight to the future of what we could potentially expect on Xenoverse 2, you know, as it says, additional scenario, which means more story, additional playable characters, other contents, Xenoverse 2 Next Gen on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S, and then it also says, and more. This is probably the most mysterious part of this whole thing, but that's not what we're here to talk about today in this video right here, because I do believe that there is a good possibility that the 2024 section has kind of already teased us on something that we can be expecting in future DLC/updates on Xenoverse 2, and one mode in particular, which is the Demon Crystal Raid mode. The Crystal Raid mode, my boys, has not been touched in quite some time. I believe ever since Double Crystal Raids became a thing, there has not been any update or change to it. But if you look at the 2024 section, this is the Demon Realm crystals that you need to access the Crystal Raid mode in this game. On top of that, they have been giving out Demon Realm crystals at a very, very high rate. I believe I have 70 of them right now, and going into this update, I literally had, I believe, like 0. I may have had 1 or 2, but I did not have any really at all. And now I am already at 70 because they have been giving them out like that. Like twice, I believe, if you go to the not the shop clerk, but like the gift area where you get your raid rewards and things like that. Twice I have already received 30 Demon Realm crystals from that and gifted from the game itself. And then also for every camaraderie character and festival character, every time you get them to camaraderie level 3, you get a Demon Realm crystal also that way at the same time. And that's how I've been able to get to 70 without really doing anything, because when expert missions were on the boosted glory points, I wasn't even really doing those. I was honestly doing other things for other videos when it came to Xenoverse 2, and did not have a lot of time to put into the grind for that week right there when it came to the expert missions and expert mission tour, which is how you actually get these Demon Realm crystals in terms of the method of grinding on the game, like how you get them not through gifts but actually in game. You have to do the expert mission tour, and again, I really did not do that and did not really receive any Demon Realm crystals from those at the same time. So with that being said, the simple fact that they are giving out so many, and then it's also the background of the 2024 section of new DLC, I feel they are already trying to tease us into something we may be able to expect when it comes to the next updates and DLCs on this game. Now, with that being said, what could they possibly change or add in to the Demon Realm, or not the Demon Realm crystals, but the Crystal Raid mode, to actually make it better, to improve upon this mode? Because they already did have the Double Crystal Raids added, so what else could be added? And that's where new characters for this mode come in. Now, I'm not talking about characters like Final Form Mira, Demigraw, or even Merge Zamasu, because those are all 3 characters that I fully expected, or not fully expected, but definitely could have seen being actual characters within this game. Like, to me, there's no reason, especially for Demigraw and Mira, not to be actual playable characters in all modes, not just the Crystal Raid boss mode. But Merge Zamasu, I can understand a little bit more because he is a bit of a giant character in a sense, but at the same time, he's not that much bigger, to be honest, than Z Broly is. So still, all 3 of those characters could have been very regular playable characters, in my opinion, at the very least. Now, I'm not talking about characters that should be playable or you would think as regular characters in this game. No, I'm talking about a type of character that we have not really seen in Dragon Ball games since Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and I think would be the perfect way to bring these characters back in terms of actually making them playable, and that is the Great Apes, my boys. Great Apes have not been playable characters in Dragon Ball games since Budokai Tenkaichi 3. If I remember correctly, that was the last game that they were actually playable in a PvP type of scenario. Now, yes, you can play as Great Ape Vegeta in Dragon Ball The Breakers, but even though that is PvP, because it's player versus player, it's not like a fighting game or anything close to that by any means. But if you were to add these great apes into the Crystal Raid mode, I feel it would be the perfect way, like I said before, to truly bring them back and have them be in a PvP scenario. Because the reason I don't think they should be regular characters in any Dragon Ball game from here on out is because of how online works. Online PvP, it is very hard to balance these type of characters, and we saw that with the Giant Namekians. Giant Namekians, for those who are OGs of this game, if you remember, when the game first came out, they were stupidly overpowered. Like, they were so insanely strong that they had to be nerfed. They were literally nerfed within like the first few weeks of this game actually being out. So if you weren't playing PvP at that moment in time, or in that point in time, you really did not experience how crazy good Giant Namekians were at that point. But they were nerfed, and nerfed fairly heavily, because they never found a good way to actually balance this character out, or not this character, but this Awoken skill out for this game. And the reason I feel is because, well, it's a giant character in a game where everyone else is just normal sized. It's very hard to balance that type of thing out in a PvP setting. So that's why I say Crystal Raid bosses would be the perfect way to bring these characters back. Bring back the great apes that have not been playable for so very long in Dragon Ball games, especially in PvP type of Dragon Ball games. With that being said, so to me, imagine just the thought of a Great Ape Vegeta, Great Ape Baby Vegeta being playable is so damn fire. And I feel the Crystal Raid mode is the perfect way to bring these characters into this game and into the future of Dragon Ball games as well. Because like I said, I mean, Budokai Tenkaichi 3 was really the last time that these characters were playable in an actual, you know, PvP type of match, a match where you're actually fighting against another character that has a health bar and all other things that every character has in the game. Because again, Breakers, while it was added in, it's really not the same and not what Dragon Ball fans are looking for or have been wanting, with Great Apes actually being playable. So again, like I said, to me, Crystal Raids would be the perfect way to implement these characters, and I do feel that they are teasing at the potential of a Crystal Raid update in some way, shape, or form. Now, I could be completely off with what I'm saying in terms of what they may change with the mode, or even if they change the mode at all. But I do find it very interesting that they have it as the background of the 2024 DLC section, and then again, that they have been giving them out so much and so easily in Xenoverse 2 since this new free update dropped. Like, before we even get to the next DLC, I'll probably have 99 Demon Realm crystals without doing anything. Like, literally just by getting them for free pretty much from playing the game, getting my camaraderie characters all maxed out, or to level 3 at the very least, getting them from the gift system, because like I said, I believe they've given out 30 twice already at this point in time, and that's 60 Demon Realm crystals just given to us for pretty much doing nothing. So again, I do feel that there is a good chance of seeing an update to that mode, and the update that I would like to see the most is the introduction of Great Ape characters being added in and making them playable for that mode in particular, so we can finally have a playable Great Ape in a modern Dragon Ball game that is an actual fighting game at the same time. So let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. First and foremost, do you think that there is a possibility of Crystal Raids being updated and changed? And do you think that they are actually trying to tease us with this right here, and how many, you know, Demon Realm crystals they've been giving out for free, basically, like I said before? And would you think that the Great Apes for this mode would be a great way to implement them, like I said before? Because again, to me, that is the best way to bring them into modern Dragon Ball games and have them be playable in PvP type of styles, but not to where it is something like the Giant Namekian situation, where it's just insanely hard to balance. Like, as a Crystal Raid boss, you're supposed to be overpowered, you're supposed to be OP, and if you work just the same way that a regular Great Ape Raid boss does, I think that would be very, very cool to see and play as in this game without a doubt. So again, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. But till next time, my boys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, hope you have a good one. Peace, y'all.